Hi, this is George Alger. Welcome to today's segment of Our Ventura TV. Today we're going to be speaking about the YMCA. And joining us is Bailey Jurewicz, who is the Executive Director of the Ventura Y. Welcome, Amy. And for those who may not know, what is the YMCA?
Well, thank you, George, for having me. The YMCA is a leading nonprofit focused on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility.
Wow, very cool. Now, I've seen Ys all over the country, so it's been around a while, hasn't it?
It's been around a long time. I think our charter is about 180 years old. Our local YMCA is pushing on 137 years. So we are a very long-standing nonprofit organization.
And is it in all the states?
All of the states have a YMCA, yes.
Okay, very good. And then who does it serve?
My goodness, that's a very broad question. So we literally start serving children as young as 3 to 6 months old. And then we have individuals that are here that are over 100 years old. So it really, it really spans, and we have amazing programs for all ages.
Okay, so in fact, let's take the ends of that, the bookends of that. So what kind of services do you have for children and for older adults?
So our littles can come in, and parents, and a lot of moms are, once they have their newborns, they're ready to get back into a wellness routine. And so we have a child watch service that we do, and they can be 6 months old to come into that. And then once the kids turn about 2 years old, they can go into some of our youth programs. We call them our itty bitty programs, and those are really exciting. So the kids can learn sports, or, they can get acquainted with music classes. And then as they grow at 3 years, all of our programming opens up to them. Swim lessons open up to them, other youth sports, organized sports for sports leagues. And so that's exciting for the kids to kind of migrate and figure out who they are and what they want to be. And if you want to go to the opposite spectrum of that with our seniors, so we call them our active older adults, and those individuals come in a different variety of programs. We have some of our active older adults in weightlifting clubs. We have some of them in our pools, which is all of our arthritis classes, which I would say a lot of our older active adults are in those classes. And I mean, some of them just come in just to work out on their own. And some come in to just socialize. So it really, I think the Y really does a good job of meeting people where they're at.
Very cool. Now, of course, there's that YMCA building right there on Telegraph, and of course, Ys all over the country. I tend to associate it with indoor activities. Are there also outdoor activities?
Yeah, so and every YMCA is different. So you mentioned you've been to a couple YMCAs across the country. I have been to a lot of YMCAs myself, and I have never seen a YMCA that is the same as the other. And so we're really catering to programming that is needed in the community, and that can evolve into outdoor programming. You can see hiking clubs. We used to have a hiking club at the Ventura Y. You can see different sports programs outside. So it's not just inside the four walls that we run. Our Ventura Y also runs another outdoor pool in the summer in Santa Paula. And so again, it really just depends on what the community needs, and that's how the Y shows up.
Very good. So there's classes, there's weights, there's a pool area,
Yes.
social activities. Is there any other services we should be aware of?
Yeah, there's a lot of what we call our cause-driven programs. And what those are is those are our outreach programs for individuals that might need help and support. And one of those examples is our Live Strong program. It's our cancer survivor program at the Y. And all these outreach programs are free for community members. But that program is near and dear to my heart. My mom was diagnosed with mantle cell lymphoma about 8 years ago, and we were really looking for something for her to do on the East Coast. That's where she lived at the time. And they didn't have a program there. We run a program here in Ventura that actually serves these cancer survivors and gets them back to what we call their new norm. So after your cancer treatments, your body's gone through a lot. Doctors recommend you get back into some type of a, bone building or just an exercise routine. And that's what our trained coaches do for 3 months with these cancer survivors. And so that's just one example of maybe one of the offshoot outreach programs that we do that a lot of people might not know about. And then in addition to that, we teach kids learn to swim programs for free as well in the community. And so that's always exciting to partner with some of, our partners in the community to make sure that that outreach is there so that kids learn how to swim because we're a beachside community. So our programming comes in so many different ways.
Very good. Now, you mentioned the free swim lessons, but there is a cost to join the YMCA, isn't there?
There is a cost to join the YMCA, but if you cannot afford to be a part of the YMCA, we have scholarships that can help you to pay for it. So nobody is turned away due to their inability to pay. Everybody is welcome here. So what I tell people are a little hesitant sometimes about, should I really apply for scholarship? It's expensive to live in Ventura and to raise children and do all of the things that we need to do. And so sometimes those recreational elements for the kids have to come secondary. And we want to make sure that all kids get the opportunity to explore and discover, what they really like to do. And we don't want parents to be limited by their financial limitations. And so we tell parents just apply for the scholarship, see if you qualify. And if you do, we will help you pay for the programs that your kids want to take.
Very good. Now, for someone who might be interested in checking it out, can you just show up at any time, or should you call in advance, or how does that work?
Yeah, so you can show up anytime that we're open. I guess you could wait for us if we're not open, but yes, you can show up at any time during our open hours, and we can take you on a tour. Our staff are very well trained in explaining. It's called our Open Doors Scholarship Program, but they're very well trained in how to talk about that program and how to deliver that program, and also how to get people signed up for that program. So if you don't want to come in and actually do a tour in that way, you can apply online as well on our website. And so that's another easy way. And I would say that the application process takes about 3 to 4 days, so not too long, where you'll get an email back, or if you don't have an email address, you'll get a letter back to tell you what you've qualified for.
Very good. Now, Amy, when you're out in the community and you tell someone that you work at the YMCA, what is the most common question that you get?
It's not even normally questions that I get. I get a lot of people's YMCA stories. So I hear a lot, I learned to swim at the Y, or I went camping at the Y, or, we used to be a part of, the Adventure Guides program as a family. And so it's really, it's just really interesting to hear people's interactions with the Y, because again, when you've seen one Y, you've seen one, and when you've heard one story, you've heard one. Everybody has a different experience at the Y. And so, I really hear a lot more stories than I get questions, which is funny.
Very good. Well, we're just about out of time, so maybe you can give us the website so viewers can find out more there. And do you have a summating message for the viewers?
Yeah, so our website is CIYMCA.org, and on that website you can search for any of our local locations, and you can get to our local websites from there. And as far as a message, just to let people know, no matter where you are in your wellness journey, right? Spirit, mind, and body, like the Y is here for you. So if you're just looking to come in and you want to get back to maybe, a new normal for you, or you want to just connect with some really amazing people in the community, just come in, check out your local Y and all the programs that we offer.
Amy, thank you very much. We're going to wrap up now.
You're welcome. Thank you.
This is George Alger signing off for this segment of Our Ventura TV. Until we meet again.